And welcome everybody to episode 7 of Comic Confidential, the weekly podcast where we usually do a whole bunch of stuff, but today we're talking nothing but Dawn of Justice. I'm your host Troy, and with me as always, the man who thought we were actually going to see Dawn of Justin, the Justin Bieber story, and was strangely disappointed when we didn't. Cade.
Oh, you broke my heart.
I know you were looking forward to it. We'll get to that next week.
Yeah, next week, that's what we're talking about next week. Guys.
Dawn of Justin,
Anyway.
the Justin Bieber story.
This week, it's no frills, no fuss, no fucking around. We're just here to talk about Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
One of the most anticipated movies of all time, I would say.
Yep.
Definitely.
Easy.
Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into it.
Sounds good.
But before we do, you know how I like my rants,
Oh, do I?
right? I do enjoy a good rant. Look, I just want to say that, you know, as a moviegoer and as somebody who really enjoys heading to the movies a lot, you know, you build these movies up and you know, you wait a long time to see them. This one in particular, we've been waiting, like 3 years to see.
3 years.
Right? And we finally get there and we spend a lot of money, and everybody does. And it just takes the actions of a few little pricks
I know what you're talking about
right,
here. Yeah.
to just ruin it for everybody. What I'm talking about is people who can't shut the fuck up in a cinema when there is a movie on.
Yes.
All right? And I'm not talking about the people who like cheer, you know, when something cool happens or
Yeah,
something
you
like
can
that.
do that shit.
You can do that. I'm talking about the people who can't wait 2.5 fucking hours to talk about what they're going to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
Right?
Those people can shut the fuck up. They were annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah. 7 of them, at least. I don't even know. There wasn't even a lot of people in the cinemas, but and that's probably what made it worse. The fact that there were all these people talking. Anyway, my point is, if you're one of these people, right? If you're one of these people that goes to the cinemas purely to just hang out and talk, you're ruining it for everybody. And
We hate you.
yeah, I was going to try to be a little bit nicer,
No.
but no. we
Fuck
hate
these people.
you. Stop it. Stop ruining my movie theater experience.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right. Something positive.
that's all I wanted to say. Needed to get it off my chest.
Yeah. No. Way to go.
It frustrates the shit out of me.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
All right.
let's talk about some cool stuff.
Some good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. This movie, on its opening weekend worldwide, has already made $400 million.
That is mental.
It's crazy.
It's critic proof, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Well, is it? Because nobody, like no critic, I guess, has really sort of given this movie like glowing reviews or anything like that. But people are still forking out millions of dollars to go and watch this movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they don't care what a critic says. Like we said, fuck a critic last week.
Yep.
I stand by that.
Yeah, fucking oath.
But yeah, the $400 million worldwide, let me put that into some sort of perspective. That makes it the number 4 all-time worldwide openings.
Yes.
Right? Isn't
Yep.
that mental?
It is mental, and
Already.
it's beat the Hunger Games.
It has. And that's a tough gig.
Is it?
Is it?
Well, I guess all the 14-year-old girls will be quite disappointed.
Hey, look, I didn't hate it. I thought the Hunger Games was all right.
Yeah, no, Mystique did a pretty good job in that.
She did. She was good in that.
Yeah.
Better in the X-Men.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that officially smashed the March record, which was cool.
Really?
March record for openings.
Oh, awesome.
Ever.
Ever?
Ever.
Forever?
Anyway. Forever? All right, yeah, I did it.
Yeah. Do you want to talk the movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think we should. And look, I want to start this off by saying, you know, we understand that by any stretch of the imagination, this isn't a perfect movie.
And you're not ever going to get a perfect movie ever.
You're not ever going to get one. I mean, it's very rare. There's the occasional Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Flawless.
Flawless. Absolutely flawless. Passion of the Christ. One of my personal favorites. Look, but you're not going to ever get a perfect, amazing, you know, movie from start to finish. And this movie had its flaws. And we're going to talk about, you know, the good and the bad and all that sort of stuff. But what I'm trying to get at, I guess, is that, you know, for me at least, I'm sure you kind of feel the same way. It's an amazing movie for comic book fans.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this movie was just all fan justice.
Yeah.
You know, it's not for your normal moviegoer who knows nothing about this shit. It's for your people who are so enthralled by what's happening. Nothing else matters.
Exactly. And they'll understand the bits that, you know, that weren't explained fully which I guess most people would call like plot holes and things like that.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, this movie had plot holes, and we'll get to that. But you know, it kind of, you know, for a comic book fan, for someone who's been a fan of Batman since the day I could walk, for someone, you know, who's been a fan of Superman for almost as long, I was chuffed.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
Yep.
Before we get into, you know, the good bits, the bad bits, and all that sort of stuff, I want to talk about the three main things that we haven't seen previously. One is Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. He did an outstanding job in this.
Yeah?
I think he's our best Batman on screen ever.
Ooh, you hear that, Christian Bale? Ooh, you hear that, Val Kilmer?
Ooh, you hear that, George Clooney?
Yeah, he doesn't care. But I do agree. I agree. Look, you know me. I've said this before. I love Ben Affleck.
You sure do.
Have done for forever.
For a very long time.
Yes.
It's very weird.
It's a very weird amount of time, how long I've loved Ben Affleck for. Through the ups and the downs and all that sort of stuff, but I loved him. Daredevil is one of my personal favorite movies. But I've also loved Batman. And, when, you know, I said this in one of the earlier episodes. When I heard that these two were going to be, you know, Ben Affleck was going to be Batman, I was stoked, man. I thought he was going to nail it. I stand by it. I think he did. I think he really did. I think this is the best comic book adapted Batman we've ever seen on screen.
Yeah, easy. You know, it portrays him in ways that, you know, other movies haven't even come close.
Yeah.
You know, it shows the brutality that he has. It shows how quick this guy is. And, you know, what is he, like nearly 50?
He'd be
In these
mid-40s, early to mid-40s.
Yeah. So, you know.
Well, actually, I think if you look at it from an actual time frame, he should be in his early 40s if he's been doing it for 20 years, as he says.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I can
That
see
makes
that.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
Cool. But yeah, loved him.
Yeah.
Thought it was great. Can't wait to see solo movies, man.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be awesome. Here's hoping that the rumors that are surrounding like his first solo Batman movie, that it's going to be a bit of a prequel.
It needs to be.
It needs to be. It does.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot of things like, you know, like Robin's suit and, you know, things like that. And, you know, the talk of, you know, I've been doing this for 20 years. You know, we've seen a lot. You know, I think that's got to lead to a prequel.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it doesn't, I'll cry.
You'll cry?
I'll cry on the show.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Henry Cavill?
Cavill? Well, we've seen Henry Cavill before as Superman in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I like the guy.
I think he's the best Superman easily. Mind you, you're competing against some pretty lousy competition if you go through the Superman movies.
Well, are you saying Christopher Reeve is shit, basically?
You know what? I'm going to say it, and he is. Like,
Oh my God.
Look is what is right next to me here? It's
A Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
the shittest one.
You can't blame him for like one bad movie. For their time.
For their time.
1, 2, and 3 were fucking the shit, man.
You know what? I think that's a little bit of the nostalgia coming upon you.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever, man.
All right. How about this? I'll throw it out to you.
Okay.
We'll do a weekend where we watch all these classic Superman movies.
Yeah.
And if you can make it through more than 2 of them, I'll buy you a carton of beer.
You may as well just buy me a carton of beer now.
No, because I know you won't do it. You couldn't even make it through friggin' Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's true. But that was terrible.
Yeah, but you wait till you see these.
Nah, man. Christopher Reeve, you know, rest in peace, young man. He was the shit. I'm not saying he's better than Henry Cavill, but they're two completely different types. It's like trying to now compare Adam West to Ben Affleck, which you'd never do.
Well, no, but
Yeah.
this story is still shit.
Okay, well, Quest for Peace is shit. And,
What about his cellophane ass that he throws?
Yeah, look, it's terrible. But, you know, when they did Superman Returns with Brandon Routh, they actually, the storyline, I think...
It continued on.
Well, yeah, but I think they tried their hardest to do the continuation without referencing A Quest for Peace as actually being a movie.
And that's why that one was so shit as well.
Yeah, look, Superman Returns wasn't great. I like Brandon Routh as Adam.
Yeah. Way better as Adam.
Way better as Adam. But, you know, Yeah. Look, it wasn't great. It was a bit too much of a love story for me.
Yeah.
Getting back on point.
On point.
Get on track. Henry Cavill, I will agree with you. To this day, he's the best Superman.
Yeah.
Second, probably only to Dean Cain from Lois and Clark.
Oh, sorry, I am corrected.
Right? Or Ben Affleck from that movie where he played George Reeves, who was the original person who played Superman.
Yes.
In the movies.
Yeah, and he busts through that fence and he's all proud as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Ben Affleck, officially the best Batman and Superman we've ever had on screen. What about Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor? This has split people right down the middle.
Look, I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not the Lex from the comics. He's not the Lex from the cartoons. He's not Lex from fucking anything.
Smallville.
Yeah. Oh, I would have rathered him.
I don't know.
I don't know. Look, the thing I didn't like about him was how he had like a tick.
Yeah.
You know?
It kind of played, though, it kind of played to his eccentricities. Yeah, I looked that up in a dictionary before I got it. But it did. It kind of played to his eccentricities. And I think that you're right. Like it's not a comic book Lex, and it's not a movie Lex that we've seen before. It's his take on it, and I think that's fine. But we'll see what happens as that character progresses, because towards the end of the movie, you know, he obviously had a bit more of a Lex Luthor look about him. Spoiler alert, he had a bald head.
Yeah, and that's because he got thrown in jail.
Oh, spoiler.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Full on spoilers from here on out.
Assuming you guys have already seen this anyway, so
yeah,
we're just going to ruin everything as we go. So that's a yes or a no? Not sold.
No, I'm not sold. I didn't hate him. I didn't love him. The only thing that I'm taking from it is that he's Lex Luthor Jr.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's fair.
You know, I'm not going to say he was the shittest Lex Luthor, because you could technically say he's not Lex Luthor.
Right.
So
if you want to stretch it.
Yeah. And I'm looking for it.
All right. That's fine. I tend to agree. I thought he was okay. I'm more interested to see how he progresses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. First time I've ever seen Wonder Woman on the big screen. Again, another actor or actress or whatever that, you know, from the very start when she was cast,
everyone hated.
Everyone was chucking the shits. Oh, she's too skinny, you know, this, that, and the other, and all that sort of stuff. What did you think?
I think she killed it, man. I think she did a great job.
Yeah. So do I. I think it's time we put all that internet bullshit to rest.
Yeah.
I think she was great. I can't wait to see her solo movie next year.
Yeah.
Which is going to be an origin story, which will be really cool.
Yep.
But I thought she killed it. Right? We don't have a lot else to compare to, you know, as far as on-screen versions of Wonder Woman. I can only really think of two, and neither of those, like, they were just sort of more campy TV shows.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm happy with her, man. I thought she was awesome.
Yeah, you know, I think her performance was really, really, really good.
Yep.
You know, you could see that she had that whole I'm a warrior and I love to fight look about her in, you know, that final scene.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah. She loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she couldn't wait to get in there. So, you know, just because of that, you know, she takes a whole, like, what am I trying to say here? Ethos of the character?
Yeah.
And really makes it real on the screen.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Others mightn't.
I can't speak properly,
but I know where you're going with it. I thought she was awesome. I thought she had the right look. I definitely think she had the right attitude.
Yeah.
Which is great. And look, let's be honest, she's super hot.
Yeah.
So that always helps.
Yeah.
Right. So that's pretty much it for that. Like, I think they're the only three that we haven't really seen before. You know, we could talk about Lois Lane and, you know, and Perry White and all that sort of stuff, but, you know, we've seen them all before.
Yeah.
We don't have to. It's cool. But I was really impressed with Ben Affleck for sure, Gal Gadot for sure, Jesse Eisenberg's still a little bit up in the air.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill's cool.
Yeah.
Let's talk about let's do you want to do like a top 5?
Yeah.
So we'll kind of do like a top 5 things the movie got right.
And the top 5 things it got wrong.
Yeah, well,
All
that's
right.
what I was going to say fucked up, but
Well,
but yeah, the top 5 things that fucked up.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about first? You want to do good or bad?
no, let's do the bad.
So we can end on a high.
End on a good
Yeah,
note.
That's nice.
Because
That's
not
nice.
everything about this movie was bad.
Oh, not at all. We'll give it a rating at the end.
Yeah.
We'll let you know exactly what we thought. But yeah, it had its bad points for sure. Had its awesome points. For me, one of the glaring things for me was the fact that this movie was just way too long.
Yeah.
I reckon it was a good a half hour too long.
Yep, easy.
And I'm interested to see the Ultimate Edition when that comes out. And you can guarantee that's going to be longer again.
Yeah, well, it's already been confirmed to be half an hour longer.
Yeah, so about 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that could fill in those plot points that kind of leave you wondering.
Yeah, exactly. So for the way the movie was structured, definitely about half an hour too long.
Yeah.
The ending was a very much like a Lord of the Rings ending for me, if you know what I mean. Like with the first Lord of the Rings, where, you know, or maybe it was the last Lord of the Rings. I can't even remember. But anyway, they finally get back to the Shire or whatever, and you think it's done, and then it goes for another like 20 minutes, and like everyone's hugging and kissing, and you know, saying goodbye and all that sort of stuff. This movie could have ended 5 times.
Yeah.
Within the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely.
And it didn't. I don't know where it should have ended specifically. I think they could have definitely cut a lot of junk out from that little end bit. Probably end with, you know, Ben Affleck and Lex Luthor in the jail cell, and then the coffin, and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you had to go that far.
Yeah.
Plus, even if you look at Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot, or you know, Batman and Wonder Woman's interaction about forming the Justice League,
Yeah.
it seems super rushed.
Oh, all that is super rushed.
Yeah, so why are we extending this ending so long if we're just going to rush through little bits and pieces like that? And that's an actual really important thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're going to have to fight. And it's like, why are they going to have to fight? Oh, because something's coming.
Yeah. Oh, what's
Okay.
coming?
Oh, son, I'll tell you later.
Oh, you wouldn't believe me.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But yeah, I thought it was a bit rushed, which is weird because the movie was too long.
Yeah.
But they had rushed bits at the end, which I didn't like. What about you?
You know, there's just, well, I guess, you know, multiple stories that didn't need to happen kind of fits into that whole, the movie was a bit too long.
Well, I think the most, and I agree, and I think the glaring one for me is would have to be Lois Lane's Africa story. It didn't make any sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah, that whole thing was, I don't know, a bit weird.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was Jimmy Olsen that died.
Yeah, well, and it took Zack Snyder to come out and say, "Oh, hey, yeah, that was Jimmy Olsen."
Yeah.
That was a little like Easter egg, I guess, but yeah, that was Jimmy Olsen as a CIA agent. Unnecessary.
Yeah.
The whole trying to pin. Well, there's 2 ways this go. And it played out like they were trying to blame Superman for like shooting up an African village.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Why the fuck does Superman need guns?
Exactly.
Tell me
exactly my point.
Why does he need prototype bullets of all things?
Right? I know. It makes no sense. And I know in the grand scheme of things, it was to try to rile up enough sort of, you know, attention, like bad attention on him to get him to the later court hearing.
Yeah.
I'm sure there is something more realistic that they could have done. Surely the thousands of dead people in Metropolis would have been enough.
It would have been enough,
right?
Easily.
To get him in front of like a hearing. But they played on that and it made no sense. And Lois Lane's interaction with the senator because of it, like the whole thing just didn't fit. And it made no sense. The only thing I did like is it gave us, I can't even remember what the guy's name is, to be honest with you. It's Anatoly something. And I'm really ashamed of myself for not remembering. It's the guy with the scar, played by Callan Mulvey. He's an Australian actor. He was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier as one of the one of the things.
Is he like the Russian guy?
Yeah, the Russian guy.
Yeah, he's.
If
know.
Anatoly didn't give it away.
Yeah, no, no, but he's actually a character out of the comics. It's like
KG Beast.
Yeah, KG Beast. Yeah, that's it.
Why I can't remember his last name. I'm sorry. I do apologize. If you haven't figured out that there are a lot of people's names I don't actually know. by this stage, then you haven't been listening.
Yeah.
But I thought that was cool. The guy's like, it's done. Like,
Yeah.
he's not going to become KG Beast, probably. But I thought that was a cool little reference.
Yeah.
For sure. Anyway, that's the only thing that I got out of that Africa storyline.
No,
the
that's
rest of it
fair
I
enough.
thought was bit shit.
There was a couple of other scenes, like Wayne Tower.
Yeah.
There's two fucking gods fighting outside your window.
Yeah.
Evacuate your building.
Well, yeah.
Mate, they're getting punched through these fucking towers. Towers are getting burnt in half.
Okay, but think about this for a second. All right, so your business, right, has probably evacuation plans for like fire, bomb threat, all this sort of stuff, right? You have never actually ever in your life seen two gods, as it were, fighting outside of your window. You'd be like just stone cold stunned. You wouldn't know what to do. I think you'd just be frozen in fear, and you'd just be in awe, like just looking at what the hell's going on.
Well, nah, I don't.
Maybe that's just me.
Well, how come when Bruce called up, he's basically like, "Get the fuck out of there"?
Well, because Bruce Wayne is smart, and
Oh.
he has tackled these types of things before.
How did he get so rich hiring these dumb dickheads?
No, I don't know. Give him a chance. It's an equal opportunity employer, obviously. Anyway, going back to our point, which, and I have a feeling that we're going to veer off a lot.
So many
with
tangents in this episode.
Another con for me was honestly that the trailer ruined a lot. The trailers. And I was hoping, and look, and don't get me wrong, the movie had a lot in it that wasn't in the trailers, and there's quite a few like little bits of extra fight scenes and stuff like that you didn't see, but it showed you a shit ton.
Yeah, and the thing was, I don't know if you saw all the little TV spots that they released as well.
Yes,
You did?
every one of them.
Yeah, me too. I can't help myself because
Yeah.
I'm a fucking dickhead.
Same. Every leaked photo on the internet.
Oh, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Put it straight into my bloodstream.
Okay, so then to completely null our point, we ruined it for ourselves by buying into the stuff that they were throwing in our faces.
No.
You don't reckon?
They ruined it for giving it to us.
They know it's like crack to us.
Yeah, they know I'm addicted to trailers.
They know I can't help but just inject that sweet goodness into my eyeballs.
Yeah.
As it were.
But, with all those, I felt like I had a checklist ready throughout the movie.
Waiting to see what happened.
Yeah,
As it went.
Yeah, and now that I've seen the movie,
Yeah.
these TV spots and these trailers, man, you could almost save you $20 and not go see this movie.
Don't do that. Don't do that, people.
Yeah, no, don't.
Go see it.
No,
But I get what you're saying. I do.
It's kind of like, I know what happens in this scene. I know what happens in this scene.
Yeah.
They basically almost show a quarter of the fight between Batman and Superman.
I know, and that was disappointing, and and the fight scene, like we'll talk about a bit more later. But you're right, like it didn't leave much to the imagination.
No.
And the final trailer also ruined probably one of the best fight scenes in the whole thing, which we'll talk about later as well. Which is when Bruce Wayne goes to save Martha.
Oh, yeah.
Right, same thing.
Yeah.
And I know they've got to tease us.
But that's one of the final scenes in the movie.
It
Don't
is.
put that in the fucking trailer.
Show us a glimpse.
Yeah.
Show us a little bit.
Show him
like
bust through the window.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'll tell you, the movie had gone on for so long, I was beginning to think that scene didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
Like, it might have, landed on the cutting room floor. I'm like, okay. So I'm, kind of looked at my watch, and I'm like, this movie doesn't have that long to go. When the hell is this fight scene coming?
Yeah.
And it came, and it was brilliant, but it was still a lot of what we saw.
Yeah.
And with that, another con for me was I was really hoping that the Doomsday we had seen in the trailers would at some point evolve.
Yeah. Doomsday was... it's another 50-50 with me here.
Okay.
Doomsday was cool, but was he needed?
No.
No. And let me put it to you this way.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor gave Superman the ultimatum
Yeah.
of go kill the Batman or kill your mum.
Yeah.
He goes to go fight the Batman.
Yeah.
But this whole time, Lex is still brewing up Doomsday.
The whole Doomsday thing anyway.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, well, what were you going to do? Like, what happens if he brought Batman's head back to you?
Well, is it like the ultimate plan B? Is it just like, okay, something could go wrong, I'm going to just have this world-ending creature here just in case.
But as soon as Doomsday comes out of, what is it, his birthing capsule or whatever?
Yeah.
The first thing Egg. The first thing he tries to do is fucking kill Lex Luthor.
I know.
Oh.
And who saves him?
Yeah. Who saves him?
Who saves him?
Superman.
Fucking Superman. Jesus Christ, Lex. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Stop hating on friggin' aliens.
You bitch.
You punk bitch. But I guess my point is more, like, we all knew Doomsday was coming because obviously it was in the trailer, all that sort of stuff. I was just hoping that it would evolve more. And it did a little bit. Don't get me wrong.
His bones started growing the more he got beat up.
Yeah. But the face, still very much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. It's just not the awe-inspiring, Doomsday that you see from the comics, is it? And I don't know why. Like, this movie was obviously, heavily influenced by the comics.
About 18 comics by the end of the movie.
Yeah, but like, why? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't make movies.
And
I can't judge. Or can I?
You can. But how greasy... just a side note, how greasy did Doomsday look?
Greasy?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean?
Man, he looked like he was all tanned up. Ready to step on stage, man. He was shiny as fuck.
Just got the old cocoa butter out and just rubbed it into the skin before he got out there.
Yeah.
Well, you're playing with that much like energy. You don't want to crack your skin.
Well, that's right. And I can see why Batman pissed off at the fight. He's like, I ain't touching that.
I ain't touching that.
Yeah.
That's got too much cocoa butter on it.
All that oil is going to wreck my suit.
It is. Might give it a nice shine too, though. You don't know.
Yeah, that's
Probably
true.
good on leather.
Yeah.
Or rubber, latex, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't make bat suits either.
Yeah.
You got something else? Are we done with cons?
No. I've got one more.
Okay.
And it's pretty major.
Okay.
The introduction to the other Justice League members.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Some good, some bad, right?
I know.
For me, okay, I'll give you my point of view.
It was cool that we got to see him.
Yeah. Yes, most definitely. How did we get to see them? I don't know. How does Lex have all this stuff? I don't know.
Why did Lex decide to give them their names and design their logos for them?
As a graphic designer, you should know.
Yes.
Like that, he would offsource that to someone like you, and you would probably create it.
Yeah, but the fact that he's gone and done this is...
It's bizarre. But... Okay, so I thought Cyborgs was cool.
Yeah.
And the Flash was coolish. Didn't really do much, but it was cool. My biggest disappointment was most definitely Aquaman.
Yeah.
For me,
Merman is what I've been hearing around the internet.
It's a merman. For me, it's basically a close-up shot of Jason Momoa looking like he's struggling to breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, it was very uneventful until that last...
And then he just takes off in the water. And it's like, that's cool. Why is he in a ship? Why are you at the ship?
Well, what I gathered is that he actually sunk the ship.
That ship looked old as shit.
Did it? I don't know.
Anyway, my point is, right, that he didn't do anything. And I thought it might be a little bit... And look, and I know it's just supposed to be a quick glimpse into these characters. That was just really disappointing for me.
Yeah.
But, that's cool.
Well,
how do they have all this shit and Wonder Woman's just got a photo?
Well, because she's stealthy, man.
All right. That's fair.
But, there was a few things I did like.
Yeah.
I liked how Cyborg had a mother box in there.
Mm-hmm. A motherfucking mother box.
Yeah. That was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Another thing that was cool as fuck, who's his dad?
Okay.
Who's his dad, Troy?
Who's his daddy? His dad is I don't even remember the guy's name, but he's the guy who played the guy from Terminator 2, the head of what are they called? Skynet. I guess that's some sort of cool, like his creating a robot sort of thing again.
Yeah.
If you want to stretch it out, I don't think that was like meant to be like an Easter egg or anything like that. Like trying to make that connection. I think you've just got this weird brain that has like pieced the two of those things together.
These worlds are connected.
He could just be a good enough actor that he got the part. But yeah, look, you're right. Yes,
Yeah.
very very astute observation of you.
Okay, and another thing was their portrayal of the Flash. His lightning is a lot more violent than what we see on CW's The Flash.
Oh, big time.
You know, that makes me really excited because The Flash is basically my favorite fucking character of all time.
Really?
And, well, he can do fucking basically anything to the universe.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to do that with him.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Well, we obviously got a glimpse of him, you know, in the nightmare sequence, you know, or before that, or whatever it was. But, you know, traveling through time.
Yeah, in a dream.
In a dream.
Within a dream.
A dream. Inception.
Yeah, it was.
Batception.
Batception.
A little bit of Batception. But yeah, so, you know, like he's obviously going to do, like they're probably, well, not probably, they're definitely going to introduce boom tubes, which is cool, which is the way they travel between dimensions and things like that. So yes, they'll probably do time travel. It was a good throwback to Crisis on Infinite Earths. You know, all that whole scene was really great. I think Ezra Miller's portrayal is going to be cool as shit.
Yeah.
And I think you're dead set right. I think with this, with the way they're going to portray his powers, I think it'll be probably one of the better characters that we see.
Yeah.
If not the best, besides Batfleck.
And did you see his suit that he had on? Looked like it was a battle armor suit as well. Man, this makes me excited.
Oh, yeah. Me too. And while we're excited...
Let's talk about some pros.
Right? We already touched on it a little bit before, but you know, I've got to mention it again. Ben Affleck killed it.
Yeah.
Just killed it.
You know what scene made it for me?
Which one?
Was when he was in that it was an abandoned building, I don't know, but it looked like it had some sex slaves in there.
Oh yeah, the old sex slave dungeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they wouldn't come out of the cage because they're like the demons here.
Yeah.
And the cops go up the stairs, and of course there's Batman hanging on the wall like a fucking majestic man.
Like a majestic bat.
Yeah.
Or man bat.
Man bat.
Which we also saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I thought it was shit.
Yeah.
It was cool.
It did, probably unnecessary.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah, it was.
It could be a foreshadowing of a possible character later.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't know.
Yeah, I doubt it, though.
You don't know.
Yeah. And, you know, just how it shows how fucking amazingly quick he is.
Yeah.
This guy this young cop couldn't even get a shot off on him.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. His whole portrayal, even as Bruce Wayne as well.
Yeah.
Probably played a little bit more of a sullen Bruce Wayne, in the sense that I guess, you know, if you're trying to hide the fact that you're Batman, you probably want to be a little bit happier in your real life. He seemed to be sad.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which, you know, but that's just me nitpicking, like just little bits of shit.
No, I agree.
But
he drinks.
He drinks, which is good. Sleeps around, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Not that we're condoning either of those two things, folks, but for Bruce Wayne, they're definitely two things that he should be doing. But yeah, I thought his portrayal as both Batman and Bruce Wayne were cool. I thought Jeremy Irons as Alfred was cool as shit.
Yeah, he was a scene stealer, man.
Scene stealer. The costume was fucking top notch.
Yeah, easily the best costume on screen.
Easily. Just made him look jacked as shit.
Fucking so jacked.
and scary as shit. Like, he's a dude that, you know, if you saw him, like, let's be honest, if you saw Michael Keaton's Batman, you'd be like, what the fuck is that? But you wouldn't be terrified. If you saw, you know, Christian Bale's Batman, maybe a little bit different. I think the first Batsuit that he had in Batman Begins was better before he changed the headpiece, the cowl, so he could look around more.
Yeah. I know, man. I wasn't really a big fan of that Batsuit, eh?
The first one?
Yeah.
Whatever. This is done.
You're
I'm
wrong.
out.
Door's over there, mate.
But yeah, I think if you crossed paths with Ben Affleck's Batman, you'd just be like, shit.
Yeah, out of here. Catch you later.
Yep, I'm gone.
All right. Can I tell you my favorite part of this whole movie?
Okay.
It was in the dream sequence,
Yeah.
or one of them.
Yeah.
parademons.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That whole what people are dubbing the nightmare with a K.
Yeah.
You know, Dark Knight, nightmare.
Yeah.
Clever people on the internet.
So clever.
But the whole nightmare sequence, for me, again, a scene that has divided people in the sense that, you know, a lot of people are saying, did we need it? Is it a bit of a waste of time?
No, you needed it, and it was not a waste of time. It is worth your admission price.
Just that piece alone. And it's one of the ones that they didn't really ruin in the trailers. Like, you saw a bit of it, but you didn't really sort of know the grand scope of things. I thought the whole sequence was cool, but the fact that there were parademons, man.
And I don't know if you saw, man, but they came through a boom tube.
Were we watching the same movie?
I don't know.
Of course I fucking saw it. But yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good. And that whole scene, like, you know, from the Omega symbol to the connotations of, you know, probably Superman destroying the world, if that's where they're going with it, like, you know, a dark side controlled Superman. You know, like it's sheer brilliance.
Yeah.
Sheer brilliance. The fight scene was cool, with Superman super soldiers. I got nothing else to say. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and that scene where Batman gets, you know, knocked out with the butt of the gun and that parademon just comes over the top of him.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I was done.
I was done.
I was so done.
Yeah, it was good. And the whole, Superman sort of pulling off Batman's cowl and, you know, all that sort of stuff. It was great. And a really good foreshadowing of things to come.
You know, it really has an Injustice storyline feel about it.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and
you could tell they borrowed from that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, which is something we'll touch on a little bit later. But yeah, they obviously borrowed heavily from Injustice. And I think that's cool because that was cool as shit. It was a cool game. It was a cool comic series.
Still going.
Oh,
and it's so good.
Yeah. It's awesome. If you haven't read it,
get onto it now.
Get onto it before it gets too far ahead. And you're like, how the hell am I supposed to read that many comic books?
Just do it.
Just do it anyway.
Get it in you.
And I guess talking about, you know, the fight scene there and, you know, all that sort of stuff, the fight scenes in general were awesome.
Yeah.
The two that obviously stand out. You've got to talk about Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman, obviously, because that's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
That's what the whole thing built up to. And I think I read somewhere it played out to be like 8 minutes on screen.
Yeah, quite disappointing in the fact that the movie goes for 2.5 hours. But
I think what they packed into it, and I know we saw a lot, but I think what they packed into it was awesome, man. I think that like Batman trying like a whole heap of different like things to try to stop him before he, you know,
the sound guns, the tyrant guns,
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then bam, it's like, you know, kryptonite grenade right to the face,
which is awesome.
That's so good, and that's about the time that Superman knew that he fucked up.
Yeah.
And it just shows the ingenuity of Batman.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, oh absolutely.
If this guy wants to take you down, he will take you down. And now you guys can see. Now all you people who are saying, how the hell could Batman possibly beat, you know, Superman? Now you know.
Yeah, but to be fair, he was only going there because Lex told him to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So don't start this shit.
No, I get it. Look, and I understand that Superman is obviously a lot more powerful than Batman. We could probably sit here and debate it for like till the dawn of time. No, not the dawn of time. That's already happened. To the end of time. We'll go back in time. We'll go so far around to debating this thing. We'll go back to the dawn of time.
You'll do a new 52 on you.
We will. But you know, it just shows that he's capable of actually doing it. I thought that fight scene was awesome. Batman's fight scene at the end with the goons where he's trying to save Martha Kent.
Man, that guy is brutal as fuck.
So brutal.
And, you know, this brings up the topic of why is he so brutal? Why is he killing people? Because it's fucking real world people.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go into these scenarios and expect to let people live.
Yeah, and look, he may change his tune later.
I don't
under
care
the
if he
influence
doesn't.
of Superman or whatever, to be more along the lines of comic book Batman who doesn't kill, even though he does.
He kills all the fucking time. If you watch any of those other Batman movies, he's done like I think it's something like 23 kills or some shit.
There's enough. There's enough to know that you do kill.
Yeah.
You can't say that you never do, because you obviously have. But yeah, like I thought the power that he portrayed,
Yep.
the speed that he portrayed, again, like you said, the brutality, gets stabbed in the shoulder, pulls the knife out and just bam,
Yeah.
slams it straight into that dude. Like that was awesome. Like throwing guys through walls, all that sort of shit.
Yep.
So good.
Well, the fact that in the Superman fight sequence, he's swinging this guy on a fucking rope, going through columns, man.
On like a grappling hook or whatever
Yeah.
it was on, just like bus.
How strong do you have to be to do that?
Yeah, well, he had a suit. That
Yeah,
helped.
but geez.
But it was either way, suit or not, it's still cool. Like to be spinning Superman around like he's on the end of some sort of show ride,
Yeah.
and just like smashing him through like column after column is just unreal. What else? Like we could talk about pros forever. How about the fact that it's the first time that we get to see the Holy Trinity on screen together? For the love of God,
Yeah, how good is that? So good.
I don't have any words.
Yeah.
That's how good it is. But it's true. It's the first time we've seen it, and I think they nailed the portrayals of these characters
In all their glory.
in all their glory. We were talking about fight scenes. We didn't even talk about the fight scene with Doomsday.
Oh,
The whole, like, how
what's
dumb is
wrong with
that?
us?
See, this is the thing. You go off on a tangent, and you can just talk about everything. But going back to that then quickly, if we can.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman, and I know we said it before, but like Wonder Woman was brilliant in this, man.
Oh, you got to see her lasso a true.
You got to see the gauntlets.
Oh.
You got to see her invisible jet. It was like parked in the
Yeah,
back. You couldn't
you had to
really
look
see
really
it because
hard.
it's invisible.
Yeah.
But that was there.
That's where Batman ran away and hid.
He hid in the jet. He's like, nah, I can't do this.
Yeah.
But look, it was awesome. The whole thing. And like, yes, it was CGI heavy. And, you can say that some of the Marvel movies that have come out haven't relied on that as much, which...
I don't believe that.
Yes, they're obviously CGI heavy as well, but not this. This was like quite intense.
You know what? I didn't even notice the CGI because I had all these happy tears coming out of my eyes.
Yeah, I didn't really either. I was enthralled by the whole
Yeah.
thing. Wonder Woman again was cool as shit. She was easily, and people have been saying it like she was the scene stealer, but she was.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think just the enjoyment that she had on her face to be in this
Yeah.
battle with this almighty creature was just unreal.
Yep.
And I don't want to harp on it too much, but it goes to show that we're in good hands with
Yeah.
these characters. Like, stop saying Ben Affleck shit. Stop saying Gal Gadot is not the right Wonder Woman. Henry Cavill, I don't know who's been talking shit about him. I'm sure someone on the
He's the
internet
most
has
jacked
been.
Superman ever.
Most jacked.
You can't say shit about him.
Exactly. But we're in good hands.
Yeah.
We're in good hands. Do you have more? Do you want more? Do you want more?
Oh, yes, I want more. I guess, you want to go on the Easter eggs to a bit,
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the Easter eggs. There's a lot.
I guess the
We
main...
won't-
Oh, sorry.
No, you go.
You go? No, me?
Oh, no.
Oh.
After you, sir.
Oh, thank you,
After
sir.
you, kind sir.
I guess, the obvious one is, how heavily influenced it is by the comics.
Oh, massively influenced. More Dark Knight Returns references than I could poke a stick at. And if you've listened to the podcast, it's my favorite graphic novel. I had the time of my life, really, just watching all of these things come to life. Like specifically, I don't know. There's too many. I think the cool, like they did a couple of cool like panels just from the thing, which was cool. I think
There's dialogue ripped straight from the
dialogue
pages.
ripped straight from it. The scene with Anatoly or KG Beast as he is in the Dark Knight Returns, where he's standing over Martha Kent.
Yeah.
That whole thing is basically straight out of the Dark Knight Returns, except it's like it's a kid instead of Martha Wayne. Martha Wayne, she dead.
Yeah.
Martha Kent.
Yeah.
But speaking of Martha Wayne, even Martha Wayne's death sequence, like the gun going off and the pearl necklace shattering
Yeah.
because of it, even that's out of it. Heavily influenced by this. Obviously, as we said, also heavily influenced by Injustice.
Yeah.
Death of Superman.
Death of Superman.
The Justice League run in itself.
It's a mishmash, but it's good.
It's such a good mishmash. And if you are a comic book fan, like, you're just looking at it going, yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. Like, just seeing all these things like come to life. And regardless of everything else, I think that's enough for me to make me go yes, because I am a comic book fan.
Yeah,
this movie was made for me specifically.
That's it.
Me.
Yeah, just
me.
Yeah, I saw dedicated to
to
Troy.
To Troy. It was there. It was
Yeah.
at the end, and like
Little
small writing. But yeah, it's it's made for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't go wrong with it.
You can't.
Fuck what these critics are saying. They're not looking for the right things.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, you're right. You're right. Or they don't know what to look for.
Well, yeah. I was sitting there with a friggin' nerd boner this whole, this whole movie.
I'm like, Cade, we've got to go. And you're like, oh, no, man, I just need a couple more minutes before I can stand up. Just had your bucket of popcorn.
Yeah, just sitting there.
It's like, yeah, no, come soon, you guys.
Yeah, I'll be out there shortly.
But anyway, back to Easter eggs. Stop getting me off track.
Sorry.
We spoke about this a little bit earlier. The presence of boom tubes, the presence of the mother box.
Yeah.
If you don't know what a mother box is,
they're fucking badass supercomputers.
Yeah.
From
New Genesis
and Apocalypse.
Yeah. So created by an apocalyptian scientist for the gods of New Genesis to use for their whatever guilty pleasure they have, I guess. I don't know.
Tweeting and
Instagramming and basically.
But in all
they
seriousness,
use them on the toilet.
Yes.
Most of the time.
But in all seriousness, they're huge.
Massive.
They've already changed this universe already,
Oh, massive.
Created Cyborg.
Yep. Well, yeah, and going back to his little origin sequence, it shows him being fused with a mother box. How his dad Silas Stone got his hands on a mother box? Who knows?
Yeah.
Am I saying mother box? Is that right?
Yeah.
You know what I had in my head? Motherboard. Like, what?
Well, here,
I was confusing myself.
This
is like freaking me out.
Well, let me freak you out some more.
Okay.
There's father boxes.
Yes.
Grandmother boxes. For real?
Yeah. No, I do actually know that. So mother boxes, not motherboards.
Yeah.
That's an actual thing that exists every day.
Yeah.
We use them on a daily basis.
And
but yes, it does show Victor Stone being fused with a mother box, which is cool because that's how he develops the ability to work with the computer system or the network or whatever
with
on Apocalypse. But with everything, yeah. But like that's he has access to apocalyptic information. He can open boom tubes directly to there or to New Genesis. It's gonna open up some massive shit.
Oh, it's so good. I'm
just
so
that
excited.
one little 2-second scene.
Yeah.
Or the 1 minute deleted scene.
Which should have been left in the damn movie.
If you haven't seen it, jump onto the YouTubes.
And just type in Batman vs Superman deleted scene.
It's got Lex Luthor, a shit ton of mother boxes. It's cool.
Yeah, so good.
So good.
And, just to, continue the mother boxes.
Yeah.
In that final scene where Lex is in jail, you hear him going ping, ping, ping.
Yeah.
That's the sound mother boxes make.
I thought he was saying ding.
No, he's saying ping.
Is he?
You know what? He could be saying ding because he did say the bell has been rung.
Exactly.
But I'm saying ping because that's what mother boxes make.
That's a stretch.
Hey,
that's a
Terminator
stretch.
is in this movie.
Okay, anything could happen.
That's right.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to turn up in Justice League for sure. So speaking of Justice League, though, where do you think it's headed? Like there's been a couple of stories on the internet in regards to will the next villain be Brainiac? Will the next villain be Darkseid? What do you think?
I think they need to go Darkseid.
I do too.
In the sense to catch up to Marvel.
Yeah.
They have to throw, their Hail Mary.
Well, it's their biggest villain.
Yeah.
Basically, because there was talk that they were going to use Darkseid for Justice League Volume 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was. I thought it was a. Is it a split movie?
Yeah. Well, Justice League 1 and 2.
Okay.
Right, and they were going to use Darkseid for number 2. There was talk that for number 1 it could either be Superman as the villain, or it could be Brainiac. There's been a lot of talk about Brainiac. Lex Luthor does reference him being hungry. Brainiac is obviously hungry for all knowledge.
Yeah.
So you don't know. It could go either way.
Yep.
I personally think that they threw too much sort of shit in there about Darkseid for them now not to go Darkseid.
Yeah. You're saying Brainiac?
Yeah.
I did hear there's some theories going out there that Lex will turn into Brainiac.
Okay.
Which hopefully see Bryan Cranston come in as Lex Senior. So if they play it that way,
is that a thing, or are you just saying that?
No, this is legit theories that are going around.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
Bryan Cranston would be awesome.
Absolutely. He was considered, and they were going to use Jesse Eisenberg for whose old mate that got killed, Jimmy Olsen,
for that one scene.
Yeah, because they wanted to use a high-profile actor as a shock.
Okay,
yeah, bit of shock value.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston. Heisenberg. Be awesome.
Yeah. It needs to happen.
Okay, make that happen, someone.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder. Do it.
Do it.
Hashtag Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Justice League crossover. I don't know what I'm saying. Make up a hashtag, you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the way it's headed. I think it's definitely headed towards Darkseid. I would have loved, you know what I would have loved?
What?
I would have loved just a glimpse. Just a tiny little glimpse in like one of the either the nightmare sequence or like his other little dream. Just something, just some little glimpse of Darkseid. You know how they sort of did with Thanos at the end,
yeah.
all that sort of stuff. Not so much even that much. Have you ever seen the movie like The Exorcist?
Yeah,
super famous movie, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, you've heard of it. It's been around for a bit.
Yeah.
In The Exorcist, there's like this freaky little like thing that they do every now and then. They'll just flash up
the face.
Yeah, when she's possessed. As a kid, that scared the shit out of me. As an adult, it scares the shit out of me. But I think if they had have just done something like that, just a little Darkseid face, that would have been cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just my little...
I don't know.
Whatever.
I probably would have preferred to see the Planet Apocalypse.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Anything.
I don't know. They need to do like a after credits thing.
Yeah, they do. Or is that too Marvel?
I don't give a shit, man.
All right. Take it easy.
Give me what I want.
Just give me this individual person on the internet.
Yeah.
Exactly what I want.
I guarantee you, other people want this shit too.
No, you're right. I guarantee they do. What do you think? Any other random thoughts that you want to throw out there?
I don't know. I think we've really covered a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we could talk about this for hours and hours, which we're probably going to the demise of our girlfriends.
Yeah. Yep, they'll love it.
Yeah.
But I guess I want to say again, I want to end this by saying that this movie was not perfect.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination.
And in saying that, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, and it's not for everyone. But, you know, for the people who love the source material and love this sort of stuff, like this movie was really, really well done in parts. Had some flaws, for sure. We've spoken about them, you know, whatever. Bear in mind, and this is the most important thing to take away from this movie, is the fact that, you know, we've essentially been Marvel fanboying for so long. And just let me clarify that by saying that the two of us here at Comic Confidential, we're not DC, we're not Marvel, you know, we're not Vertigo, we're not Image, we're not Dark Horse.
Yeah.
We're comic books, man.
Yeah, we just love it all.
All of it. Anything you've got, if it's a cool character, you know, we want to see it. Like we want to read about it. We want to watch it on TV. We want to see big screen movies about it. All that sort of stuff. We don't care where it comes from. But I think we've been Marvel fanboying for so long that we forget that there's so many other cool things out there
and different ways of telling these things.
Yeah, and I know we've seen Batman before, like a million times. I know we've seen Superman before a million times, but we've never seen Wonder Woman. You know, we've never seen the Justice League assembled together. You know, we've never seen a solo like Aquaman movie.
Yeah.
All this sort of stuff
Yep.
that is coming now. Like this has opened up a whole new universe to people like you and me, and you know the people that are listening and the people that aren't listening.
Yeah.
You know, everyone that loves this sort of stuff. Like, just remember what this opens for you. It has just literally opened up boom tubes.
Oh,
Like all over to new characters
Yeah.
that we've never seen, new movies, all this sort of stuff. And I think for that alone, this movie deserves some praise.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was really heartfelt.
that was. Man, that was deep.
I got a little tear.
Oh, man. All the feels.
All the feels. Do you want to give it a rating? We
Yeah.
normally go out of 5.
Yep.
Do you want to go out of 10?
Yeah, I want to go out of 10 for this one.
Or do you want to be like critics and give it a weird score out of 100?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because that's what they do.
Yeah, no, that's right. It's like a
It's
little
like
bit
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give this.
I want you, before you give me an actual percentage, I want you to tell me why as well.
Okay.
Okay. Don't just give me a number.
So can I give you the number and then tell you why?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just wasn't sure
Look,
if
there
there's rules
are
or
no
not.
rules.
Okay.
Just do whatever you want.
But tell me why.
But tell me why.
Okay.
And give me a percentage.
I'm going to give this movie, out of 100%, I'm going to give it 88%.
Okay.
And the reason for that is it's opened us up to the bigger world.
Yep.
It's got boom boxes. boom boxes.
I'm sure somebody had a boom
Yeah.
box somewhere. It's like there were boom boxes and motherboards.
Oh,
and,
everywhere.
Subway tubes. I know what you're saying.
Yes. I think we've got a really good portrayal of the Flash going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Someone that, is literally ripping holes in the universe here.
Yep.
God, I don't know what else, man. It's just, I'm so excited.
Cool.
We're going to see we've seen the death of Superman. We're seeing the rise of him again.
Yep. What else?
Parademons. Parademons.
Yeah.
It's it.
That's it. That's all you need. That's
You
all
just
you could have
need
said.
parademons.
88% parademons. I would let you go
Parademons
with
and the
that.
Flash.
Yep. I give it very close to you. I give it a 90.
Oh.
I'm being very I'm
I've
being
been outdone.
Yeah, I'm being generous, but I agree with you in the sense because obviously, like I just went on a little bit of a rant about it. The whole fact that it does open up a whole universe, like new characters and all that sort of stuff are coming. For me, I loved Ben Affleck. I always will to the day I die. I love that man no matter what he does. But I loved his portrayal of Batman. I loved Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I think the movie, it's got a lot of really, really, really good things going for it. The comic book references, all of that sort of stuff. I fanboyed hard. I didn't quite have a nerd boner or whatever it was that you said that you had. But
I did see you leave the cinema really quickly.
yeah, I ran out. Might have had my coat just wrapped around my waist. But I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Obviously 90%. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
In it. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's it.
That is it.
That's our first ever kind of like special. Done and dusted. There's no comic books. There's no TV reviews. There's none of that.
No, this is
all done. This is it.
This is a
focus
one shot.
It's a one shot. Very good. We were like, we wanted to talk about this and we wanted to do it on a format where we could just
rant.
where we could just spew out information or thoughts, feelings.
It's all roar.
All raw. But look, make sure you tune in for Sunday. We will bring out another episode 8. We are going to talk our very first villain-filled episode.
Oh, tell them what it is.
Because of this movie, we are going to talk all things Darkseid.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was waiting like dramatic pause.
Yeah.
So keep your eyes/ears out for that. It'll be available as always on iTunes, Stitcher, direct off the website.
Probably a couple of other places.
Maybe.
We might get to uploading these things to YouTube one day.
YouTube. YouTubes.
See how that goes.
The boom tubes.
The boom tubes.
Yep.
The boom boxes.
The boom boxes. Yeah. That's, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook at Comic Confidential Podcast. Instagram and Twitter at Comic Con Pod, and of course, the website,
Yep.
comicconpod.com.
Yes, that is right. Correct.
Oh, I nailed it
You
this
don't
week.
even have to put a www in front of it. But look, until then, as always, I'm Troy,
And I'm Kade.
and this has been Comic Confidential.
Catch ya.
Peace.